10 next Hollywood superstar candidates. We'll call it that. We can maybe workshop the title if you need to. But 10 people that could be the next Hollywood superstar. I think our rule is, it's a loose rule. Like, I think if you make a compelling enough argument, we can bend the rule. But it's generally could not have been a lead in a movie that's made $500 million or more at the box office.
So we're looking for like top of the heap. Just to clarify to the listeners, like top of the heap, like you said at the beginning, a Cruise, a DiCaprio, like they have to get to that status.
Someone who, yeah. Big star. So Kenjac, you have first. Top 10 next Hollywood superstar candidates.
I do think that there's one actor who there's a potential that he's about to get a big role. I wouldn't say it's a high potential, but it's definitely there. And I do think he's a really good actor. He's handsome. He's tall. He's got all the tools to be there. Let's go Jacob Elordi. I feel like he has everything working in his favor to be the next big megastar. And I feel like he hasn't hit the big property yet, like a big blockbuster property yet. Like Wuthering Heights, I guess, is the closest thing he's gotten to it so far. And he wasn't even really the lead. So like if he gets the opportunity to be in a big blockbuster franchise, I feel like we will see a different side of him. And maybe he doesn't want to do that. That's very possible too. So, but I feel like if he wants it, he probably could take it.
Yep, I think that's a good pick. He's significantly more enjoyable in interviews than I think I expected. Like he's very down to earth, very fun. Like there's that famous clip of him with like his parents. Like the interviewer's like, "Who's that woman?" And like in the reflection of the mirror in your bed, and he turns the camera to his parents, like sitting in the bed while he does the interview with TV. Like, yeah, I think I liked his press tour stuff with Wuthering Heights, like Frankenstein. I think he's definitely up there. He would have been my number one as well. Like I think there's a craving for him, and he's kind of got the great come up of like where he's come from too in terms of like the roles he had and like corny shit and streaming stuff. And so I would agree his star is kind of shining bright.
And if he gets Bond, it's like a totally different ballgame. Like
right, that is definitely like another level. Like
I don't know if he's gonna get that, but it would be crazy.
It sends him into the stratosphere though, like immediately. That would immediately send him like straight up to. I guess he'd be right there with. Probably a tier below Chalamet at this point for like his age group, but he'd be kind of on his own right there in that second tier, I think.
I would agree.
No, he's fantastic. I really, like you said, Jeff, I love him in interviews. He's just very well-spoken, and you can tell he cares about what he does. He very much cares about acting, and his project selection is, I think, fantastic. He's got a Ridley Scott movie coming up, and he's also doing a Cormac McCarthy adaptation with a Hungarian filmmaker. So like he's got cool taste, which I think is like a big part of becoming that top of the A-list. Like you have to have that Bond or that big franchise, but you got to be able to pick those like the smaller projects that get the critics and everyone else on your side.
He's talented too. Like he's a good actor. Like on top of all that, like sometimes you're just a face that like just it works in the right way. Like he's very talented.
Yeah.
Number 2 for me, he was in a big movie last year. He's now part of a huge campaign for like the second biggest global sport behind soccer, and that's Damson Idris. He's kind of smack dab in the middle of F1's next season kickoff. He was part of F1, big role alongside Brad Pitt. There's a small caveat on this pick as well. He is heavily rumored to be somebody who could potentially replace Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa, as the Black Panther, which if that happens, that
would be awesome.
First of all, I think he's perfect for it. Obviously, we have no idea what's going to happen. It sounds like Avengers Doomsday is going to reset much or all of the universe, or at least Secret Wars will. So it does sound like you're going to get. And I also like as great as Chadwick Boseman was, it's too much of an iconic character to not give like a different something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what they do, but he's been rumored, and it's similar to Bond, less of an extent to Bond maybe, but also Black Panther's a big character. If he does get Black Panther, he's up there on a whole other fucking level. So I like him. I thought he was great in F1. But he's great in that role. He was also, again, reminder that the villain in that role was the internal conflict between the teammates. You didn't need the Tobias. Speaking of The Crown, Tobias Menzies fucking flailing on in.
I'm here. Remember me?
That movie. I love that movie, and I grew on me more and more. And I'm glad I got a Best Picture now. But that movie is like. That's in like the 90s for me if that fucking stupid character doesn't exist. The character is so stupid. Such a dumb character, so unnecessary. So yeah, Idris number 2 for me.
He's also he's not like a betting favorite, but he gets thrown out quite a bit as a possible Bond. Like is an interesting pick for Bond, and I don't hate it at all. Like he definitely has that charm.
It's just weird.
good
There's
looks.
been two, obviously, like black people who've been rumored to play Bond, and they're both named Idris in one way, shape, or form. That is very odd.
It's funny.
That's very strange. That is like, it's very odd that's worked that way. But yeah, that is, I think that's kind of a key for some of these people is like the first people we've picked now are rumored. Elordi a little heavier. Idris was asked about Black Panther, and he was like, that's not, obviously he could be lying, but he was like, I would love to. He's like, I love that world. The Elordi thing seems like that has pretty significant legs at this point. We'll see if it comes to fruition. The Broccoli's are still waiting. Gooch, you have back-to-back picks.
For the first one, we'll stay with male performers, and this guy has been picking up steam. I would wonder if I asked my parents if they would know who he is, and that's Josh O'Connor. Somebody who's like not going to be that sexy leading man like Damson or Elordi, but he really, I think, has like a Hanks quality to him, a Jimmy Stewart quality to him that really got to shine through in the last Knives Out, where I think he is just very easy to imagine as just someone you know and someone you can connect to, and there's just an emotionality to like all of his performances, which I love, and I think that's why Spielberg wants him, because I think that's a match made in heaven, that sentimental feeling that just kind of comes off of him on screen. But O'Connor, that's kind of the career that I like. Best case scenario, he has like a Hanks 90s where he can just turn out not only movies that all of America love, but also respect and, gravitate towards. And he's, once again, like Elordi, great taste, picks just great projects across the board almost. Like
Also another Bond rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, although his is kind of like faded, but I still think it would be.
He addressed it.
Pick.
He's like so much so had to address it. So yeah, that is kind of fun. Three people who've been tied to James Bond.
I mean, but it is like for the Bond role, it's like they've said they want like a 30-year-old or 30-ish person. So it's like the pool is going to be like, who's the next superstar? Like,
that's a good pick.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's he was on my list as well. He was almost my number two. O'Connor is, I think. He's had a bit of stardom pop from movies that aren't like Marvel or DC or big tentpole projects like Challengers. And I know Knives Out's a property, but obviously it's not like a major property. So I think that's a pretty big sign that he's ascending.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And now let's get a female performance on here. Stuck between a few people. One, she won an Oscar recently. One is just absolutely gorgeous, and another, I think, just is very talented. I think I'll go with the Oscar winner, though, and that is Mikey Madison, who that Honor performance just absolutely floored me, and I think she's been great. I mean, like, she was really good in a Scream movie, like a bad Scream movie. She kind of stands out in that movie. The thing that really interests me with her, one, she's gorgeous, but two, she, like, right after she won the Oscars, she just took a moment to chill. She took 6 months to wait, and she turned down a Star Wars movie. That's fucking insane for an actress who's 23 years old. Turned it down, and then I don't love that she picked The Social Reckoning as her next project, but it does make sense. It's like you turn a Star Wars movie down to go star in an Aaron Sorkin movie with Jeremy Strong, Jeremy Allen White, and a bunch of other talented performers. I think that's unique, and that's the kind of stuff that I think really lets people ascend into stardom, is just like, don't be in shitty things. Just don't do it. Like, no matter how big that paycheck is, it'll hurt you down the line. Mm-hmm. And I think she has that figured out, and she seems cool. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, it seems like she could go a lot of different ways with her career. Like, I don't know how to pin her down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a very good pick. I think that movie too is going to get a lot of hype, whether it's good or not. Obviously, it has to live up to impossible expectations. But she's someone who is kind of talked very highly of by so many big time people she's worked with, and obviously including Quentin Tarantino, and then plucked out of there because of like her ability to like just command the screen in even smaller roles. So yeah, I think that's a good pick. And again, already won an Oscar, so that's right up there. Next one, tough between like a couple people for me, but I'm going to go Monica Barbaro.
Nice.
Who seems to be kind of slotted in. I mean, it's crazy. Look at her filmography. It is a thin filmography. He's barely been in anything. Was just in Crime 101. Obviously, incredibly attractive. That definitely helps. let's not mince words here. Like, what goes into some of this? We're not gonna pretend the first 3 guys we didn't name were hot as shit either. So
yeah, I mean, we addressed it. Yeah, like
Yeah,
this,
I mean,
it's a
it's a
part of
Huge
it.
factor.
yeah, Top Gun Maverick, Complete Unknown had a very underrated performance in a movie that I didn't love, but I thought she was great. It's Joan Baez in that movie.
She did her own singing.
Yeah, her next movie is a movie alongside Callum Turner, big star himself. Then she's in Artificial alongside Andrew Garfield from Luca Guadagnino, which is an AI movie, I think, based on like OpenAI and all that biopic. So she's gonna only get slotted into more and more things. And obviously, someone who's been in Top Gun, who's been in some big roles, big biopic, she's willing to take on the big roles, and that I think is a big factor in this. So I think you're only going to see her in bigger things, and she's only going to get cast more and more. And I just think she's someone that people are going to kind of gravitate to a little bit. So yeah, I'll have Monica Barbaro number 5.
Yeah, that rom-com I think is going to be the one with Callum Turner. I think that'll be
One Night
fucking
Only. It's
massive
called.
for her.
Yeah.
Great premise, and they shot it all on location, Lower East Side, Manhattan. It looks like it's going to be something great for her. And she's like the kind of star that can, like you said, pull off a Top Gun, pull off just showing up at Crime One. That's probably not the best example, but a Complete Unknown, something where she has to do a biopic work, and then she can also, I think, do a rom-com. Which is just like, you can do that today. You can go far.
Remember how bad Eternity was? I don't know if you guys watched that. Callum Turner.
That movie.
I
I've never
liked
seen a movie lose so much steam after 30 minutes, quite like Eternity, and like it should have been so much better. But it lost.
Cool
all of its
idea.
juice.
It's a cool.
I like that movie. I liked Miles Teller in it. I thought that was like the best Miles Teller.
Yeah, I don't even think any of them were bad
years.
though. Like I don't think it was. I just think it just kind of lost some juice.
Oh yeah, it definitely runs about 40 minutes too long.
That was a stinker. Cool idea.
Kenjac, you have back to back now.
I'll start with another actress, and I'll go with Cailee Spaeny. I think like her star is really ascending. It's one of those weird things. Like if you're drafting like a superstar, I don't know if that's necessarily like the world she'll go into. I think she could go on and win like 2-3 Oscars or something like that. But she might not headline like a tentpole blockbuster. That might not be in the cards for her ever. But I think she's super talented, and I think she's already. How much money did Romulus make? That probably made a decent chunk, especially versus budget, but that's a different conversation. But I think that made a decent amount of money. Like she can do it. Like she took over essentially the I would say like the spiritual successor role for one of the best female action characters of all time in Ripley. And she did a great job. And I think that's a very, very hard, tall ask. And I think she's done great work in basically everything she's done. Even if it was something I didn't particularly love, like Civil War, she's still always good. And I think it will be a matter of like, is she going to be a superstar, or is she going to be like, maybe someone who's a great actress that maybe your mom can't name. Like, my mom probably doesn't know who Amy Adams is, but like, she's a great actress. So it might be more that's in the cards for her, but I'm not sure.
No, I like that pick. She was on my list.
Yeah, very good pictures on mine as well.
How old is she?
27.
Oh, okay. She just has
Not
a
as young as I
baby
thought
face.
she was. Plays younger characters. I feel like that's part of it.
Yeah.
All right, I got one more left. I'm stuck between 2 guys. Because this is my last pick, right? Because you guys have the last grouping.
You have one more. You got 2 more.
Oh, I have 2 more?
I think so. I think you got this one and then the 10th pick.
Oh, I do have the 10th pick. Okay, so then I will do... I'm really stuck between a couple different guys here. I think David Johnson's going to have a great career. I think David Johnson's... another Alien Romulus alum. David Johnson's a really damn good actor, and I feel like it might be kind of hard to break through because he's already 30-something, I think. But like he's a damn good actor, and I think that everything I've seen him in so far, whether that is again Alien Romulus or it's Industry or it's Long Walk or it's like he's a really, really good actor, and I think if he gets to that next level, and he has the physicality too to be in like a superstar role, I think if he gets to that next level, I think he could be excellent. Like he could be in the space that like someone like Aaron Pierre is starting to coming into too, which is another guy who could be on these lists, and I think he's damn fine, and I would enjoy to see him in more big budget projects.
Yeah, the thing he was towards the top of my list too. Probably would have been my next pick. The thing that's really stuck out for me about him to me is that, like you listed, Industry. He's like a very soft-spoken gay man, and then Romulus, he's playing a robot. Long Walk, he's playing like this Southern man from Alabama, big physical performance. Rye Lane, he's kind of quirky rom-com role. Like he does it all. He's a very like completely different characters and transforms entirely into them. Like a very impressive performer.
A lot of range.
That's a good pick. I'm between two, and they're both in the same franchise. They're both in Hunger Games. Though one has come out, one has not come out yet. I'm going to go because there's a little more to work with, and I do think people seem to like him. I think that matters a lot, and that's Tom Blythe. He was in the Hunger Games. He played President Snow in the Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. People were furious he didn't play the older version, even though the older version in the new one is way older. Like they have to age him up.
Oh no, I got Ray Fiennes. Oh no.
He was in People We Meet on Vacation, which people seem to like quite a bit. I think he has an energy to him that I think I just like. Like there's something about him that kind of radiates that. I think he's a good actor. I think if he hits the right role, people are going to really like almost like buying stock of like Elordi before Elordi started to take off the last couple of years. That's kind of what it feels like with Blythe. The other person could leapfrog him because he was in. I don't know if I was going to pick him, but could be another option. I will mention at the end, but because I do think that the Hunger Games franchise can kind of push people up. But yeah, I'm going to go with Blythe. I think he's got something.
It feels like me and you you're the only person I feel like I've talked to who was also just blown away by his performance in the Hunger Games movie. I thought he was so fucking good in that movie.
He's great. That movie is way better than I think people give it credit for. I get why it didn't crush like the other ones, but I thought he was great in that movie.
I thought that movie was going to be bad, like actually bad, and I think it was pretty great all around. Like he was awesome. What's her name? Rachel Zegler, really really good. Singing obviously great. Like it was just good. No toys about it.
Yep. Gooch, you have second to last.
This is tough. There's so many people I'm excited about. We'll get to them, and we'll get to do like some honorable mentions at the very end. And I might be leaving some other big people off that I think probably have a better chance, but I want Gabriel LaBelle on this list. I'm a Gabriel LaBelle stockholder. Sammy Fableman himself. I thought that performance was fucking unbelievable. And then he followed it up with a movie that I think he shot before Fableman's, but it came out later, and that was Shake Shack, which is just a really good comedic performance on top of that. Coming up, he has more interesting projects, like he's got a movie called Just Picture It, and then another one that I think is, I gotta look at this, Crashland. Yes, Crashland, which he'll be two amateur stuntmen try to make a real movie to prove their lives have meaning. So interesting things that he has coming up, and I just like him as a performer. Very winning face, Gabriel LaBelle, Sammy Fableman.
Went from playing like a literal child to playing fucking Lorne Michaels like within a year. Like, it was a crazy turnaround.
Let's pause for a second. Let's throw a wrench into it. BAFTA's supporting actress winner Wumi Saku wins for Sinners.
Crazy.
So now it's like it's the supporting because you're like, oh, Sean Penn wins, one battle is going to clean up, and then Sinners. That's crazy. That's a crazy one. So yeah, the supporting races have officially. I was worried after somebody the other day. I'm like, man, these races are bad. They're bad races. The Oscars. These are all over. Not so fast. Do not count it out. That's pretty crazy. The supporting very similar to the actor thing with most oftentimes the winner of the Oscar is someone who won the BAFTA as well. Though it doesn't work quite as much with actress, but yeah, that's pretty crazy. Kenjac, last pick, and then we'll do some honorable mentions.
I'm stuck between a few guys and girls here. I think I'll go with a guy that I like that's coming onto the scene in a big way, getting a lot of shine lately. Been in a recently great series in an A24 movie as well. I fucking love this guy. He's charismatic. He's big. He's got a cool delivery. I think Cosmo Jarvis. I'm a Cosmo Jarvis guy. I think Cosmo. The problem is he's older. He's 36. Like it's not like he's like some spring chicken or whatever. But Cosmo Jarvis has that like extra quality to him that I think is very. I don't know, like it's magnetic. Like it's hard to explain, but like when you watch him in a movie like Warfare, where he's like starring alongside like a lot of like bigger names, like Will Poulter and stuff like that, and he's the standout. And you watch something like Shogun, where it's all on his shoulders, really, like to like give you the audience insertion, and he's nailing it. And like he just got it. He's got that extra juice, man. Shout out Ridgewood, New Jersey, fucking Jersey native. But yeah, I like Cosmo Jarvis a lot. Again, maybe he's too past whatever to get to that point, but I think he has that quality that could work. And I feel bad leaving off a lot of people on my list here. Should we just go straight into honorable mentions?
Yeah, my one I'll mention that I have two. Chase Infinity. I had on my list.
That's on mine as well.
Chase Infinity she's done so little though. That's my only thing. It's like you're talking about like this is it. It's one battle, but she's so great in it.
Heard she was
Odessa
good in
Zion.
Presumed Innocent too.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Odessa Zion I had on my list as well. Kind of the same thing where it's like there's just not enough of a body of work yet. But like when you're that good in a movie that's that consequential or whatever, I guess you would call it.
And enough to be called an industry. People call her an industry plant. That's how much she's kind of popped up into things. That's how you know you're on the rise.
The voice of Bobby Hills.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Sophie Thatcher, I think you could probably put on there as well. And I'm surprised neither of you, because you guys both like this movie a lot more than me. Neither of you guys picked Dominic Sessa for this list.
It's on my list.
I do like Sessa though. Yeah, I think he's up there. And he's in a lot too. He's clearly cast with intent, like everywhere. The other one I had was Joseph Zada, who's playing Haymitch in the new Hunger Games.
Oh yeah.
He was in the most depressing show I've ever watched in my life called We Were Liars on Amazon. I won't spoil it. It's jaw-droppingly depressing. Like you're just like, what the fuck? Like it's like a Tim Robinson-esque like meme reaction. You watch that show, you're like, what? What the fuck? It's like it's the wildest thing I've ever seen. You're just like, this cannot be real. But he's in it and he plays Haymitch. And if that movie hits really well and people love that movie, I could see that kind of shooting him up there. And I think we didn't put it on our list for most anticipated. I almost did. If I wasn't a Star Wars fan, I think I might have snuck it on late. But that Hunger Games movie, I have like weird confidence. Maybe because it looks so good in the trailers, but I do think that movie's big. Like he could kind of launch
the last one was
a
good.
little bit.
It was the Songbird and Snakes being good has like restored my faith in that.
Yeah,
franchise.
people. I forgot you enjoy that as well. That movie is like, I don't think it's amazing, but like it's definitely gets. It got way. I know part of it was people don't love Rachel Zegler. People love to rag on her. That was definitely part of it. But I enjoyed that movie. It's not perfect, but it was definitely like that better than some of the other Hunger Games movies. At least the last two.
Yeah.
I
also had Sessa. Harris Dickinson. I mean, he'll be playing. That's one of those things. If that John Lennon movie hits, like that's huge. Eva Victor was like the one that I was like, that's out there. She's an actress. She's a filmmaker, writer, director. Like, is she going to be a superstar? I don't know, but she is just really cool and talented. Adria Arjona. That's one of those ones where she's huge right now. Very charismatic. I don't know if she'll ever win an Oscar, but it's like if she gets like cast as like Wonder Woman or something like that, Jesus, she'll be everywhere. And then the last one, Austin Abrams from Weapons, and he'll be in the Resident Evil movie. Kreger like demanded he star in it, so that's got to mean something. And he was, I think, like kind of the standout, the one that he was the one part of Weapons that I think everyone universally came away and was like, that guy, more of that guy.
Yep,
that's a great pick.
Yep, really good
pick, but whatever.
That's a fun exercise.
So yeah, that's our list. Next, I think some big ones. Obviously, the two that we didn't say, and obviously it's tougher, and I think they qualify. I think Powell, it's like you've already reached a certain height with Powell, where it's like weird to put Glenn Powell on that list. I'd say Paul Mescal the same. But they don't
kind of
qualify for that.
And he also, he got the shot, I would say, in Gladiator 2, where you get the biggest budget, you get the big IP, you get the big like fucking release point, you get everything, and it's bombs. Like that's tough.
Yeah, that's what I thought about throwing him on the list, but I actually just don't know if he'll ever ascend to those heights. Like I think he's just going to be an indie guy. Like he'll be an Oscar player for now until he dies, but like, will he be the big franchise guy, like global star?
And that's not a bad thing either. That's like
no. Not at all.
Same thing with Elordi. Like Elordi might never try to be the big blockbuster guy. He might just be a guy that tries to make like good artistic movies, and that's not a bad thing either. That's not a bad thing by any means.
Yep. We have our own vote for our own awards, Kenjac, if you want to.
We do. We have our own vote coming up, and you'll have the link to it in our description. Our own PBS Movie Awards. I polled the people in our office that I do know watch movies, had them all pick out at different movies and actors for different categories, alongside, I would say, most of the major award contenders. And so you'll have most of like the big above the line stuff, but then you'll also have some other ones like what's the most underrated performance movie, what was the worst movie you saw, stuff like that. I'm gonna poll that. You got use your guys' votes, use our votes, and then come out with our winner probably sometime around Oscar time. So if you look at the link in the description, you can vote there.
Yep. Should be fun. Oscar season is right around the corner. Next week on the show we have Psycho Killer and Scream 7.
Man, that snow's really coming down.
Oh, but I'll get you a print. Tarantino will deliver a print to your doorstep, a Psycho Killer. I'm excited to talk about both. Psycho Killer is an interesting one because anything that's a 0 out of 100, 0% Rotten Tomatoes, I think is always an interesting discussion of like, does it deserve it? Is this now a trend of making sure you don't rate? It's interesting. I've seen it. Klemmer saw it as well. But also, I'm very excited to talk about Scream 7 because what a fascinating franchise. Also, have they pushed that movie? Have they promoted Scream 7? I don't see it anywhere. There's a Scream movie coming out in 7 days, and you wouldn't even know. It's kind of nuts.
Not that interested in watching, to tell you the truth.
Also, like, releasing it on the end of February, it's just fucking crazy to me. That is it. Klemmer will be back next week. I saw if Kirk coming back in a couple weeks as well. We'll be locked and loaded around Oscar time.
Hell yeah.
Especially around like Project Hail Mary coming out, which is a lot of hype. So yeah, things are starting to pick up. Wasn't a bad January and February though. So it could have been we've had way worse. That is it for Kenjac and Gooch. I'm Jeff DeLille. We'll talk to you next time.